They were just thinking. And so while we sit in this room, perhaps we're just assuming this is another day in our lives. This is just, there's a talk, I'm going to go to this talk. But we don't realize, and perhaps in our lifetime, you may never realize that history is being made. And why is history being made? Is because what is being presented today, what is being shared today, is something that has never existed before. Not in this form, not in this particular way. And perhaps decades later, longer still, people will be tuning into this day and remember, and they'll wonder, when did it all start? Where did that journey begin for these books, for these teachings, for this power that I feel now in my life? Where did it come from? And perhaps some of us a little old will say, I was there. Me. Listen, children, I have a story. Tanaya Swami Shivani. Yeah. Somebody recently was saying to me, we were putting up an event, and as when we put an event up, we're trying to promote it, we're trying to get the word out as much. And of course, people naturally say, it's hard. It's hard to get too many people to come because you need somebody very famous for that to happen. You need somebody well known. Nobody knows who Naya Swami Shivani is. I said, well, let's correct that. Let's change that. Let's find out who Naya Swami Shivani is, because of course she spent the last 50 years of her life not promoting herself, not going out there and making a lot of noise, but living and practicing the teachings of self-realization. Just quietly, inwardly, supporting whoever is around her, whoever needs it. And so, of course, you're not seeing her on the billboards and she's not selling Chamanprash somewhere. Of course, you're confused and saying, who is this Naya Swami Shivani? We've not heard of her. Because she's been busy. She's been busy learning, applying, and then manifesting these teachings of healing for the last 50 years, following the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda. For the last 50 years, every day of her life, every moment of her life, just so that she could give us this. Just so that she could condense everything she has gained, everything she has learned, everything she has felt and experienced, and say, let me put it out for everybody now to have that same experience, that same opportunity. We were joking, we were at home, and we were saying, this is your child. You have just birthed a child, and it has your eyes. And it looks just like you. It's blue.
It's a triplet.
It's a triplet, exactly. I'd let Shivani herself share the story of how the book came into manifestation, but just to say, she spent 2 years in near complete seclusion, cutting herself off from all her natural outward responsibilities and sevas, which includes her traveling around the world, doing a lot of workshops, classes, training other people to teach these teachings. But for 2 years, she completely cut off from all of that, went completely inward, researched for years, I guess, too, and brought everything that Paramahansa Yogananda said about healing, everything that Swami Kriyananda said about healing, everything she herself has experienced about healing and said, let me put it into a book. And of course, it couldn't be one book. It ended up being 3 books because there's a lot. There's a lot to be said. And so I welcome you, Shivani, from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you for being here. This is the first global launch of your book. And as I said, history is being made, and none of us know that yet. But we will very soon. All of us will know.
Want to introduce about the Yoga Academy and the Raja School? You want to introduce? No, I want. I would like to just very briefly speak a little bit about this baby. That for me, this book, it contains the essence of a movement of healing that is about to be reintroduced into the world. It has revolutionary concepts, not just about self-healing at a physical level, but it will help us to identify the internal emotional responses that caused the physical disease in the first place. Yogananda's healing techniques and teachings, and these books and these teachings are not new. These are not healing techniques that Yogananda invented or created. These are teachings and techniques that the rishis, the yogis, the masters of all religions from all times have been used. And through Yogananda, through this book, now are going to be reintroduced and having been accessible to the general public. Naya Swami Shivani spent 2 years having very rigorous study and researching from the original writings of Yogananda and going through a very hard to find sources to verify that these teachings and these techniques are actually valuable. She has experienced herself these techniques, and in this book you will also find personal experiences and case studies where people have been healed themselves through the application of these techniques. So basically what I'm trying to say is that if you are searching for how to harmonize yourself with yourself, this book, this treasure, this trilogy of healing is for each one of us. As one of my sisters in Italy said, this is an encyclopedia of healing. Everything that you can think of, any tip, any advice, any techniques related to healing, it's in one place. So I hope after hearing Naya Swami Shivani, you will feel really inspired to start applying the teachings of self-realization, Sanatana Dharma, and what the great ones have brought into the world for all of us. Thank you.
Shivani, if we can have you on the stage. We wanted just to facilitate you with these beautiful flowers. Shivani, can I have your mic for Shivani? Is that good? Lower?
I don't know.
Yes.
Is this good? Can you hear me in the back? What is this?
That's for the stream.
Oh, okay. Then, oh.
That's all.
That's it? I'm okay. So thank you all for coming today. And I hope what you're about to hear and experience fulfills this great introduction that both Shurjo and Narayani have made. In these situations, I always feel as though I have died and come back to my funeral and hearing the eulogies. Each one of us today has made a journey to come here. For some of you, it was a short journey. Perhaps you live nearby. For me, it was a little longer journey. I came from Italy just a few days ago, and I think part of me is somewhere over the ocean still. But every one of us has made really a long journey to be here today. And this moment where our journeys are meeting is unique. We have never been all together before. And we will probably never be all together again. And what does that mean? It means that the universe has something special for us to experience today. Shurjo was speaking about historic events when people don't realize that history is being made. And there was this event, this kind of event, that happened here in India on the 3rd of August in the year 1920. Does this date mean anything to anyone? The 3rd of August, 1920. It's not a point of history. But that was the day when a young Swami, then called Swami Yogananda, embarked on the very first passenger ship that left India for the West after the war. The ship was called the City of Sparta, and about a month and a half later, it landed near the city of Boston in the United States. Now, that journey was historic because as he traveled physically, there was a vibrational bridge that was being made between the ancient wisdom of Sanatana Dharma, the tradition, the great tradition of your country, and the Western world. Yogananda didn't decide by himself, just to make a trip and see the sights of America. He was entrusted with a mission by the great master Mahavatar Babaji. He was trained by his guru, Swami Sri Yukteswar, in Calcutta. Calcutta was an amazing place back then, at the beginning of the century. I'm sure you know about that. And when Yogananda lived, there was an amazing renaissance. Even though there was the British Raj, there was just an upswelling of science. In Autobiography of a Yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda recognizes the great Indian science, Jagadish Chandra Bose. There was a great upsurge of creativity and of artistry. Also mentioned in the autobiography is Rabindranath Tagore and his illustrious family. And there was a spiritual renaissance. We're talking about the time of Ramakrishna Paramahansa, his great disciple Vivekananda, Anandamoy, was born in Bengal, now the eastern Bengal at that time. And reading the autobiography, have some of you had the chance to read that book or start reading it? Anybody? Okay. More important for the rest of you than these books is that book. Because it's a part of your journey. Even though you might not know it, it has been part of the journey of so many people, and not just followers of Yogananda, but he just launched people, motivated them, opened for them horizons of self-realization. So Bengal was a happening place, especially Calcutta, back in that time. So Yogananda, obeying his guru and his param guru, Babaji, just left his home, his training, his years with his master, and went to the West. Yogananda was not at that time proficient in English, and he knew nobody. Put yourself in that position just for a moment. Would you get on a boat and travel for a couple months to a country where you know no one and try to disseminate a message that they had never heard of before? So he had great courage, but he was also an open window. This is what needed to happen at that time. What did he find when he arrived in India, in America? Just like with all things, he found two apparently divergent currents that were not only in America, but also throughout the war. Think about 1920 and what had just happened. So was the conclusion of World War I a great loss of life. In the United States, over 600 soldiers had died. India had contributed to that effort with 75,000 who had given their life for that cause, which, looking back, seemed so useless. But that wasn't the only thing that people were suffering from. What else? It was what in America was called the Spanish flu. Here in India, what was it called? Bombay fever. India lost 15 million people to that flu. The United States lost 1.5 million. And throughout the world, 50 million people died of that influenza, while the war had taken the lives of 20 million people. People were suffering. People were looking for, what is this life? Why are we here? Are we, just born to live according to the dictates of society and then die, who knows how, perhaps by some dreadful disease? So there was a yearning. There was a searching. Does it seem to be a similar time right now? Okay. So perhaps we in this room are not involved in conflict, but of course we hear about it every day, about the thousands and thousands of souls who are going on with no control over their life. All of the conflicts and disease. This is part of life, at least here on this planet. Suffering, war, conflict, disease, confusion. But there was another current that was happening in America, possibly you haven't heard of it, possibly you have, was a reaction to the suffering. You know, the pendulum was swinging in the other direction. And it's known historically as the Roaring Twenties. Did you ever hear that term? The Roaring Twenties. People were having fun. They were dancing. Women were getting the right to vote. Music was being totally changed by the introduction of jazz at that time. These are little moments of history, you know, again, that are not recognized when they happen. But then looking back, we see the trends. So Yogananda, Swami Yogananda, is coming into a country, as into a world that has suffered greatly from war, has suffered greatly from pestilence, and is now going the other way into intense indulgence. You know, the libertine, just whoo, anything goes, like maybe the millennials, you know, of our age now. So what was he to do? How was he to get into, you know, to approach, to create a window into that mindset in those years? The message that he was entrusted to bring was that of Sanatana Dharma, which he called self-realization, self with a big S, you know, realizing who we are. And his guru had told him, Mahavatar Babaji had told him, that once people really know by their own experience who they are and their relationship to their greater self, there will be no conflict, because people will recognize the unity, that we are all part of one fabric, of one source. But people in America were not ready yet to hear that message, because they were just having a good time. They were enjoying prosperity after the austerity of the years. They were enjoying kinds of social freedom. So what was he to do? So he began by reaching people where all of us are touched every day, and that's our health, our well-being. How can we have a more healthy, a more vital life, be more dynamic, more magnetic? How can we obtain what we want? What is real prosperity? Where is abundance? So many of Yogananda's initial talks had to do with healing and the ability to heal ourselves. One of the basic principles of Sanatana Dharma, of the journey that we are all on together, is learning to be independent, to not have to depend on someone else for our value, not to depend on others to recognize our true value, not to have to depend on others for our own well-being. When a spiritual master comes, he comes to put into our own hands the power to control our destiny and to realize everything that we want. And so he taught. He traveled, you know, again, try to put yourself in his place. This was way before the civil rights movement, okay? The voting rights movement, and so forth. So there he was, a man of color from a different culture. In the beginning, he wore a turban and orange robes. And his message was so powerful that thousands of people flocked to hear him. It wasn't unusual that 5,000 people would fill an auditorium and listen and put into practice what he was suggesting. Why was Yogananda sent to America? He said because Americans had the can-do spirit. If it's possible, we can do it. And why tomorrow? Let's do it now. So the people came, they listened. Their lives were transformed. Even the President of the United States, imagine this, invited him to the White House. And not just for a handshake and a photo op. President Coolidge invited Swami Yogananda to give him advice about living and about leadership. So why am I spending this time talking about Yogananda? Shouldn't a book launch be talking about the author of these books? Well, he is the author of these books. And as Narayani was saying, so much of what he offered during those years has been locked away in private collections. The old magazines from the 1920s and 30s, you can't find them anymore. And yet every single month he wrote articles, about spiritual healing, spiritual food, about divine will, and on and on and on. Real treasures, real wisdom. And so, where does my life touch Yogananda's life? Well, we came together in the private library of Yogananda's great disciple, Swami Kriyananda. It was in 1969 when I met Swami Kriyananda in California. Are we still here? Good. Well, last night it was choppers, and now it's it's always something. So, 1969, Swami Kriyananda, direct disciple of Paramahansa Yogananda, lived with him for years, was trained by him, was given the mission to write and to teach. Okay? And so I met him, and I knew nothing about Yogananda, had not read the autobiography, but I was interested in becoming part of developing a new way of life. Wasn't satisfied, with what the generations before. I mean, really, war, pestilence, how can we be so excited about that? And so Swami Kriyananda, just at that time, had purchased a piece of land and was starting a spiritual community. And he let his students read a manuscript. It was really still just a manuscript, pages, of a book called Spiritual Communities, Cooperative Spiritual Communities, How to Start Them and Why. So I read the book and I said, there might be something here that interests me. And so I went and I arrived, and that story of the early years is told on the website for this book, healinglifeforces.com. So if you're interested, you can read something, and there are books about it. But as I said, I had not read the autobiography yet, and I didn't know any of the techniques, but with Kriyananda, I was able to learn. But then there was that day. I mean, up until I was 24 years old, I had spent 22 years of my life in school. So the only thing I knew how to do was study and pass examinations. So there I was. What was I to do? And Swami Kriyananda invites me into his library, where he had maybe not all, but a lot of these original teachings. And he said, take anything you want and read it. And I did. In those years, there was no electricity at the community. It was really a pioneering, a fledgling community. And so I studied, I read at night by candlelight, and then by a kerosene lamp. And these teachings were so fascinating that sometimes I just read all the way through the night, and then in the early morning go down to the organic gardens and work all day, and come back and meditate and read some more. It was thrilling, absolutely thrilling. And what I discovered was that Yogananda taught self-healing in just about all of his writings. They're there in the magazines, they're there in his commentaries of Bhagavad Gita. The first chapter of Bhagavad Gita in his commentaries is full of advice about health and healing. It was there in his articles, in his talks. And what I came to realize as I studied and practiced is that he was establishing people on their journey of self-healing in order to lead them to self-realization. Swami Yogananda's guru said that all disease is caused by one thing, and one thing only: ignorance. We are ignorant of who we are, and we spend our life in many lifetimes trying to form an identity. You know, I am a tennis player. I love pickleball. I'm good at badminton. I'm a prosperous business person. I'm a teacher. I'm a lawyer, and so forth. And that, of course, is not who we are, but our soul knows who we are. And so within us, there are these two currents, our soul trying to take us towards our higher identification with the universe, and its contradictory force, Maya, taking us towards identification with the superficial things that really are not going to give us health, healing, or self-realization. So this is the path that Yogananda lays out for us. And when we follow the path of self-healing, we're going to get to self-realization. So at that time, I thought, wouldn't it be wonderful if all of these amazing, seminal teachings could be available to people? I would like to do that. But I wasn't ready to do that. You know, I was 24, 25 years old. I had barely read the autobiography. And so the years have passed. They've been wonderful years, and of study, of practice, of sharing, of teaching, of establishing a self-healing institute and sharing with people. And remarkably, you know, at this somewhat advanced age, it just was the moment, that moment in time where the window was open to be able to gather it together and to present it to you. So I'd like to talk about the title of the book. You know, giving a title to a book or to a movie is a process. You know, if any of you have ever been even to an article or to a class, to a course, because titles are important. They need to go to the essence. I was also involved about 10 or 12 years ago in producing the film called Finding Happiness, okay, which is a film about the founding of the Ananda community and what it's like, this new way of cooperative spiritual living. And it was a process of about 3 years. And the title, I wanted the title of the movie before we even started. Okay, why? You know, because you have to promote something from the beginning. So I must confess that the title of that movie went through many incarnations. I don't even remember them. I think one of them was Island of something or other. It just went on and on. And the Hollywood director of the movie kept telling me, he kept saying, Shivani, calm down. He said, when the movie is done, it will tell us what the title is. And I kept at it anyway. And it was true. I walked in to the director and producer's office in Hollywood to see what's called the director's cut. And when I walked in the door, they said to me, we found the title. We found the title. It's in the movie. It's hidden, but it's there. It's Finding Happiness. It's a great movie. I hope you all have a chance to find it and to see it. It's available still in streaming. Okay, so with this book, there were many other titles. But as I was writing, there was one phrase that kept coming up again and again, and it now over 300 times in these books, it's about life force. What is life force? What is life force? Okay. I was mentioning to some friends last evening that here in India, we have many gods, right? Many, 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 many gods. Yeah. My Ishta Devata, not surprisingly, is Lord Shiva, of course. Okay. You probably have a family Ishta and maybe a personal Ishta Devata. But you all know that there's one God, you know, and that these are just qualities that are expressed in these different manifestations. Here in India, you have amazing philosophy. There's Sankhya, there's Vedanta, and so forth. So there's many philosophies, but there's only one truth that's expressed in different ways. So nowadays, there's many healing paths and techniques, and it's wonderful that these things are available. But all healing is based on one power, and that's life force itself. Where does life force come from? It comes from the beginning moment of creation. Science calls it the Big Bang, you know, and we call it the birth of creation through the pranava, okay? Through the Om, the first cosmic sound. And that energy, that movement created everything, animates everything, sustains everything. You know, the plants, the insects, the fish, the animals, the birds. You know, when they're sick, this intelligent life force tells them how to heal themselves. Maybe they'll go and hide and just let the life force in their body heal them. So this is that one healing power that's at the basis of all techniques, of all medicine, and it's activating that life force in us that is self-healing. So these are the books that help us in many ways. Every book is full of techniques, and we're about to do a few things right now. The life force that's in us is often tired, asleep, dormant, passive, we feel heavy, confused, conflicted. It's because the life force isn't free. So self-healing is we need to free the life force so it can flow in us. That force is not only powerful, it's intelligent. It knows where to go. It knows what to do. So in the first book, I just like holding it. In the first book, the title of volume 1 is Prana, because this is life force. And it tells us where that power came from in the beginning, how to get it, how to use it. And there's a secret here that is the secret of self-healing. And it's something that I hope from today onwards, the whole world will know. Because knowing this one thing, our lives will improve and we will live the experience that we are actually made in the image of the infinite spirit. So what's the secret? You want to know the secret? What are you going to do with the secret when you know it? Well, we'll see. We'll see. Here's the secret of life, the secret of self-healing. This is Yogananda's most important teaching phrase, aphorism, proverb. It will live into eternity. The greater your will, the greater the flow of healing power, the greater the flow of energy, the greater the flow of prana. So to have prana, to activate prana, to have a better life in all ways, we need to activate our willpower. We get sick when we don't do, when we're not active, when we're not using our willpower. Willpower is a muscle. You can't see it. But just like a physical muscle, if I remember one of the several times when I fractured an ankle or whatever, and then the leg, is put immobile in a cast. And after whatever, a month or so, the cast comes off. How is the leg? It's weak. And what do? Go to a physical therapist. And what does the physical therapist make you do? Makes you use that muscle. And you scream and you cry. And if your physical therapist is good, as Dr. Vandana is, don't listen to you. Stop. No, we're going to do this. We're going to do it. So the more we use a physical muscle, the stronger it gets. And the more we use our willpower, which means saying and doing, I will. I'm not going to give in to passivity. I'm not going to give in to laziness, to procrastination. I'm not going to resist the challenges and opportunities of life. Okay? So as we will see in the second volume, which we'll get to that after a short break, it's a mindset. Healing starts in the mind. Because every thought that we think, even though we're not aware of it, we could keep a chart. I will, I won't. That's what it is. Yes, no. At one point in my life, I was having trouble getting up in the morning. And I would practice some affirmations. And many of them were effective, but I condensed it into a one-word affirmation. Every morning when I open my eyes, I try to make sure that my first thought is yes. Just that. Yes. Swami Kriyananda has an aphorism. Say yes to life. Okay. So it's willpower, it's willingness, and we need to use the muscle. When you're sick, when you're depressed, okay, Maya comes in and tells you not to do anything. You know, just kind of succumb. You know, we become a victim of the condition of the body or of circumstances or of what other people are saying or doing to us. And just like a muscle that's hurt and in a cast, if we don't use it, it doesn't get strong. So this is going to be our first exercise today, is a simple exercise of using our willpower and strengthening it. If you do it every day, and it just takes a minute or two, the willpower gets stronger and stronger, so that when life presents opportunities, which it does every day, to go outside of the comfort zone, we're there. We're there saying yes, and we have the power, willpower, the power to use this divine muscle. So I'm going to show you a couple things, and we're going to do an exercise. Yogananda teaches us where life force enters the body. What do you think? This way? Through food? Isn't there life force in food? Yes. Depending on the food. Okay. But it's not this mouth that gives us life force. It's what Yogananda called the mouth of God, that's located at a point at the back of the head, which medically is called the medulla oblongata. Okay. So I'm going to show you where it is, and I'm going to ask all of you to find it, because I'm pretty sure every one of you has one. Okay. So I'm going to turn around and show you where it's located. It's here. If you would just first, before you try, just relax your head back just a little. Just tiny, tiny. And now take your hand, and right in the middle, do you see that little indentation? Can you feel that? Yeah? Okay. Now take both of your hands and massage there. Strong. Just go strong, strong. In one way and then the other way. Okay? Okay, relax. Okay. There's a hidden doorway there. Okay, this is, you know, when a baby's born, it's connected to its mother through an umbilical cord, and then it becomes independent. Well, there's a cosmic umbilical cord that goes from the power of life force into every sentient being, and it's connected to us right there. Now, where's the willpower? Is it located? We know where our biceps and triceps and so forth are located. So where is this mystic muscle, the willpower? So it's the third eye. That's why I love Shiva, because he has 3 eyes. And his third eye is open. The other 2 eyes are closed. Closed to material distraction, open to life force. So right here, just massage. And Yogananda says to pinch. Just pinch, pinch, pinch. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Pinch, pinch, and then massage there. Okay. Now, take one hand here and one hand at the medulla. And there is a cord that connects them. So every time we use the willpower, here centered at the spiritual eye, the hidden doorway opens. Okay, you can put your hands down now. And when you go home, you'll see that you'll have a little mark. Maybe that's where the tilak comes from. Huh? just to remind us to open up our spiritual eye. So here's a couple little exercises. We're going to do them together, and then we're going to take, then I'm going to read you a story, then we're going to take a break, and then we'll go into volume 2, volume 3. Just little, tora tora. Here's a very quick 10-second recharge. Okay, you into this, 10 seconds, and you don't need the Red Bull or whatever it is to get your energy. Okay? Yogananda calls it the double breath. Okay? Breath is also prana. Prana, breath, life, pranava. Okay? So in the double breath, the inhalation is exaggerated using the diaphragm, okay? And it's a short and a long in rapid succession. And I'll show it to you. You can hear it like that. Okay, so just try. Don't move your body. Use your abdomen and just short, long. Okay, through the mouth, short, long exhalation. Okay, relaxing moment, because it can cause your head to spin. Okay, let's do it again. Short, long inhale, short, long exhale, short, long exhale, short, long. Okay, that's part one. This is a 2-part exercise. After inhaling, short, long, we contract all of the muscles of the body. We just make everything tense, but gradually, not boom. We're going to do it just gradually tensing, holding the breath until the whole body is vibrating, the face and the shoulders, the arms, the legs, the feet, everything vibrating. And then with the double exhalation, we're going to relax. Okay? So we're going to try that sitting down and then standing. Okay, so sit up nice and straight. The spine is the highway of prana. Okay, so use the tummy here. Are you ready? Inhale. Tense gradually. Vibrate. Everything vibrate. More. Exhale. Do it once more. Double inhale. Tense. Vibrate. More. Exhale. And keep your eyes closed for a moment and visualize that door is open. That's what you've done. You have opened the doorway to life force, and it's flowing through you. Now I'm going to teach you how you get it to the body. Okay? So this will take a couple minutes. We'll do it sitting, we'll do it standing, and then we'll have our break. Okay. We get it, the life force. First of all, we open the door, okay, which we've just done. And now we need to get it everywhere. And what we do is one by one, we tense and relax a muscle. As we tense a muscle slowly up to high vibration, what happens with the life force? It's attracted to the point of tension. Okay, this is one of the principles, magnetism. Okay, so let's say you're going to create a tension in your left foot. So curl your toes under. Curl your toes under. Don't cramp. Just tense there, slowly tense. Cause it to vibrate. And what's happening? It's invisible, but the life force is going all through your body, down through the spine, through your nervous system, through the nadis, to the foot. Now relax that foot. And just feel. Okay, so now it's working. You have called, you've opened the door. You've called life force and you've directed it to that foot. Can you feel any difference between your left foot and right foot? Let's try the right foot now. Okay, just curl the toes under, close your eyes, concentrate in the arch, tense slowly, tense more, vibrate, cause it to vibrate, close your eyes. Now slowly relax, and the life force is there and it's doing its healing work. It's cleaning, it's removing toxins. Okay? This is a purification. Now I want you to concentrate, and you can keep your eyes closed, it might be easier. I want you to concentrate in the left calf. You got it? Got it? Okay, so very slowly, tense. Cause it to vibrate joyfully. You're having a good time. Now slowly relax. And just feel for a moment. Are you more aware of your left calf than the right? Let's go to the right calf. Concentrate. Tense. Cause it to vibrate more. Slowly, with control, relax. Slowly, slowly. Okay, and feel. Both feet are balanced, both calves are balanced. The life force is there doing its work. Move your attention to the left thigh. Okay, you can find that if you want to, you can touch it. Okay, tense slowly. Vibrate. More, and slowly relax. Use your willpower. Control, control. Totally relaxed. Move your attention to the right thigh. You can touch it. Slowly tense. See if you can feel it actually tensing up. Go ahead, tense the muscle. More. And slowly relax. And relax completely. Feel. So both thighs now have been vitalized, energized. Move your attention now to the left buttock. If you want to, you can just reach behind and touch it so you know where to get the energy to. Okay, tense that muscle. Go ahead. It's a very important one. More. And slowly relax completely. And now the right buttock. Okay, now tense. Vibrate. More. And slowly relax. Okay, and feel. So the life force has been called into the legs. It's doing its work right now, invisibly working, bringing nutriment, okay, bringing vitality, bringing strength, bringing power. We're going to go to the abdomen now. Place your hands on the lower abdomen, lower, down here. Okay, so close your eyes and tense, just tense those muscles. Hold the tension, concentrate. Feel also the energy coming through your hands and slowly relax. Feel, you can massage if you want. Now move your hands to the upper, closer up to the stomach, the liver. Okay, tense, slowly. Vibrate, just enjoy this. And slowly relax. The greater the will, the greater the flow of healing energy. You can massage. I like to massage afterwards, just get that life force working in the intestines. Okay, we're almost done. Relax your arms at the side and concentrate on your left arm. Close your hand, concentrate on the forearm. Okay, you can make a fist, slowly tense, tense. Cause it to vibrate. You can do better than that, sure you can. Use your will, slowly relax. And feel. The greater the will, the greater the flow of healing energy. Let's move now to the right forearm. And this time, put your whole willpower in it, okay? So tense low, medium, high, vibrate more. Come on, you've got more willpower, don't you? Don't you? And slowly relax. Slowly, 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 slowly open the hand and feel. Now move your attention to the left upper arm. Okay, keep the whole arm relaxed, so we're just going to work on the biceps. Okay, with your eyes closed, tense, gradually, vibrate with all the willpower you can muster, and slowly relax. And now the right upper arm, first your concentration, now tense. Vibrate more, go for it. And slowly relax. You're in control. And relax. The arms are totally relaxed, vitalized, cleansed. Okay, last 4 muscles. Left side of the chest. Take your right hand, put it on the left side of the chest. A lot of muscles in there. Close your eyes and tense. Gradually tense. Vibrate. More, a lot more. And slowly relax. Yogananda says to hold 3 seconds at tension and then relax. Let's go to the right side of the chest. Okay, slowly tense. High vibration and hold 2, 3, and now relax all the way and feel. So the last muscles are in the neck. So if you could open your eyes and look at me, I'll point them out to you. We first are going to tense the left side of the neck. It has its own muscles, the right side. Then the front of the neck, and the throat, and then the back of the neck. Okay, so those are the 4 muscles. Okay, so please close your eyes. So, left side of neck, and you can touch it if you want. So tense, vibrate, and relax. Right side of the neck, concentrate, tense, vibrate, and relax. Front of the neck and the throat, tense, vibrate, relax. And then the back of the neck, tense, and relax. Okay, so what we've done is we have opened the door, called the life force when we tensed and relaxed everything, and then we have directed it to all these parts of the body. We're going to do the standing more quickly, and this will be our last exercise for this part. So please stand up. Okay, so part 1, open the door massage. And just visualize. Door opening wide. No obstacles. Okay, relax. Now we're going to do the whole body. Remember the double breath. Stand up nice and tall. And, okay, short and long. Inhale. Tense the whole body. More, more, more. Exhale. Okay, now the door is really open. Now we're going to send it to the body. Okay, you can keep your eyes closed unless you need to open them for balance. Okay, left foot, tense, vibrate, relax. Right foot, tense, vibrate, more, relax. Left calf, concentrate, tense, vibrate, relax. Right calf, tense, vibrate, and relax. Left thigh, tense, vibrate, and relax. Right thigh, tense, vibrate more, use your willpower, and relax. Left buttock, you can touch it if you want, tense, and relax. The right buttock, tense, vibrate, and relax. Lower abdomen, you can put your hands, tense, make those muscles vibrate, you need them, and relax. The upper abdominals, tense, vibrate more, and relax. Massage a bit. Get the energy going in the digestive system. Relax the arms. Okay, left hand and forward. Wait, do we do the chest? We do it later, thank you. Okay, left, relax, the arms are relaxed all the way down. So left hand and forearm. You ready? Tense, vibrate more, and relax. Keep your arms down at the side. Now the right hand, forearm tense. Use your willpower as you vibrate. 2, 3, and relax completely. The left upper arm above the elbow, tense. Hold. 2, 3, and slowly relax. Now the right upper arm above the elbow, tense. Vibrate. 2, 3, slowly relax. Completely relaxed. Now the left side of the chest, you can touch it if you want. Tense, low, medium, high. Vibrate more, 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 and slowly relax. Now the right side, tense, gradually, strongly, use your willpower more and slowly relax. Okay. Now the left side of the neck, tense, and relax. The right side of the neck, tense, and relax. The front of the neck, tense, and relax. The back of the neck, tense, and relax. And now the conclusion, just as we began, that strong double breath. Double inhalation, tense everything. More, greater the will, the greater the healing energy. Exhale. And feel. Just stay with this a moment. Close your eyes and see if you can perceive a warm energy flowing through your body. In through the door of the medulla, down through the arms, the spine, to the legs. Very good. Sit down, and I'm going to let you take a break in just a moment. This one exercise, this exercise alone can keep you healthy. Swami Kriyananda says, memorize the phrase, the greater the will, the greater the flow of energy, and use it every day in everything you do. If you're sitting at your desk, at the computer, if you can, stand up, do the double breath, tense the whole body, and go through these body parts. All of this is explained in the book, and not only, I want to tell you this before we take our break. Every volume here is associated with instruction and videos and original teachings of Yogananda online. As a reader of the book, you have access to the online appendices. I teach all of these exercises there, and for readers of the book, this is available to you. If you don't have time to do the tense and relax each body part or stand up, just do the 10-second recharge. Double breath, tense, do that 3 times. Massage, first massage here, and then go for it, okay? Do it often during the day. We know how often we need to recharge our phones. The older the phone, the more we need to recharge. The older the body, the more we need to recharge it. I like to recharge every hour. Because if you fill up the tank in the morning and don't fill it up again, by the time you get home at night, tank is empty, you know. And trying to fill up an empty tank, it's not so easy. Keep your life force tank full. And I promise you, if you do that, just with a 10-second recharge and visualize that energy flowing through you, you will have a better life. You know, you'll be more healthy, more happy, more productive, more creative. You'll have more energy to spend on what you do and the people you love. We're going to take a 10-minute break, which Sergio's going to say something, and then we'll come back.
I thought before we take the break, we can officially launch the book, allowing people during the break perhaps to buy it as well if they would like.
Okay. Do I
So
need to do something?
You're going to cut a ribbon. You are going to unshackle the book.
All right.
And the first copy of the set we would like to present to Dr. Ojas as representing the library here at the club, so that the club can have the first set for all the members here.
Okay. So, you were present at the baptism. Thank you.
The book is now available to the world and to all of you. First and foremost, we will take that 10-minute break, and all of us will, of course, we're going nowhere, so we'll be right here. And in 10 minutes, we will continue the workshop. This is for volume 2 and 3. Thank you, everyone.
One of the features of these books, as Narayani or maybe Shurja or both of them mentioned, is that there are many personal stories of people who have used these techniques for their own benefit. So I'm going to read one of them to you now, and then 2 others during this session. And this story is called Lightning Flash Flows Through Me. Let's see. I just want to be able to keep staying in the microphone. Okay. I had always been strong and healthy until the day when I started to feel uncharacteristically tired. When I began having trouble walking, I went to the doctor, and after lots of tests and misdiagnoses, it was discovered that I had 4th stage non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer. There was a tumor close to my spine, and initially they tried treating it with electric shocks. The treatment was extremely painful and left me lying on the floor like a baby, unable to walk or stand. That was when I brought to bear the energization exercises, what we just, there's something not, okay, it just needs to be closer.
Let me just lower it.
This is not okay. It's got to be right in my mouth. Just right in my mouth. Okay. The little exercise that we did is part of a long set of exercises called energization, with LifeForce. So here he's saying, that was when I brought to bear the energization exercises that I had practiced for several years. Because I had no feeling in my legs, I was unable to make the muscles tense and relax. As I lay in the hospital bed, I did the exercise mentally, sending energy through the medulla oblongata to the legs, while visualizing the muscles, in turn contracting and relaxing, and receiving healing light. I could feel the energy flowing and moving through many blockages. The longer I could focus on the exercise, the more I could feel the energy healing my legs. After 3 days, I started to walk. The doctor and nurses said that it was impossible to be able to walk so soon. They had planned to keep me in the hospital for a long time. But when they saw how quickly I was progressing, they dismissed me. This kind of cancer is curable, and I had the good fortune to receive a new therapy that targeted only the specific cancer cells. During those long treatments, while the medicine flowed into my veins and did its job, I was doing mine, connected by another kind of IV to the cosmic energy, and mentally willing it to flow through me and wash away the cancer cells. The immunotherapy cycles are now successfully finished, and I need to go for a checkup only twice a year. 1 or more times every day, I tense with will, relax and feel, always thankful for the cosmic energy therapy that is keeping me healthy, happy, and productive. So it's always encouraging to hear stories about people who do even these simple, direct, essential exercises, and they have an effect. They really do. Once when I fractured an ankle, and I went and I had to put in a English word, cast, in a cast. The technician said that it was going to take, I think, something like 5 or 6. It wasn't that time, it was a different time. No, it was a different break. It was going to take about 6 weeks. And I said to the technician, it's going to take 19 days. Now, why 19 days? It was because Easter was coming, and I needed to be active for Easter, so I just said, in 19 days, and the technician said, no way. And I said, I'll be back in 19 days. And he said, fine, you can come back, we'll just send you home, for another 3 weeks. So I energized. I did this exercise, at that part. I did all of them. I did them in a chair, by the way. And I show you that on in the appendices for this book online, how you can do them all in a chair. Okay, so I did them and focused a lot, on the leg. I visualized the life force going there, healing the bone, bringing it together, just the whole process, mind and life force. We're going to be talking about the mind. And I was perfectly confident. 19 days, I went there, and the physician said, it's going to be useless to do another x-ray. I said, maybe it is, but go ahead. Just go ahead. And he did, came back, and said it's perfectly healed. Okay? And yes, afterwards, it took some physical therapy, in order to get the muscle back to normal. I'm not saying that these exercises replace other things, but they direct the healing energy and they help. For example, this man, his name is Renus, he's from Netherlands, I should always say the name, helped this man bring the healing energy to bear, get back up on his legs, and then he took the therapy that his doctor requested. It happened to be a very good advanced therapy, but he combined it, the physical therapy with the spiritual therapy. And I know him, he lives in our community, and he's in great health right now. So let's talk about the mind. Excuse me. Oh, moment. Maybe later. Oh, so let me energize a little bit. Throat. Okay, we got that frog out, I hope. We talked about the necessity of calling the life force. Remember, we have to open the door. And in the last session, we did it with a pranayam and a physical movement. Now, the mind, which is the title of the second volume of Life Force, Healing with Life Force, the mind. The mind plays a critical role in opening up that door. Because even before the willpower, gets activated, the mind can either open or close that door. I mentioned that the mind has two mindsets. I will, I won't, yes or no. So for the healing process to begin, we have to work with our mindset and change it from negative to positive. I suggest to you that just for a day or even an hour, you observe your own thoughts and try to make an analysis or even a calculation. How many of them are in the no, I won't category? And how many of them are in the yes, I can category? Now, don't be discouraged, because the mind has a default when we're working only with the conscious mind. Just like you open your computer and there's a program there, right? It's ready for you. So you look into your mind and there's the default, which is no, I can't, I won't. It's because the mind, the conscious mind, is ruled by the ego, who is the spokesperson for Maya. Okay. But there's a higher level of consciousness, which Yogananda calls the super consciousness, and it's our superpower. And the super consciousness is ruled by the soul, okay? By the jiva. Okay? And the soul has a program, and its program is yes. Yes, I can, I will, it's possible. There are no limits. So we need to become aware of who's talking in our mind, and when necessary, we need to change the program. Now, that's not easy, but Yogananda has so many techniques to offer, and the main one is called Scientific Healing Affirmations. Yogananda wrote a book very early on, I think it was 1924, in those early years in the United States. He saw that people needed to understand that it's all happening in the mind. Everything is, the biggest, your great scientist, former president, Abdul Kalam, he sent the missiles up in the rocket. Where did that start? It started in his mind. It started with a desire. It started when he was watching the birds fly, and he got interested in flight. It all starts in the mind. Okay? So we have to take into consideration our mind and work with it so that it works for us and not against us. And every time we observe the no, I won't, I can't, I don't need to mindset, we need to have an antidote. We need to say, oh yes, I can, because God's power flows through me. Remember, Sri Yukteswar, all disease has its roots in ignorance. And that is the thought that I am separate. I don't have access to universal power. Sri Yukteswar also said, we suffer from this one disease, everybody on earth in all countries, and that disease is called spiritual amnesia. We forget who we are. You know? We think we're this weak body, a sick body, you know, a weak mind, a weak will, and we're not. Right? That's not who, but we need to claim who we are. And so this is the practice of affirmation. Now, I'm not going to get into it very deeply because there's a whole volume that's dedicated to the different dimensions of the mind. Okay? Most often, we're ruled by our subconscious mind, okay, which is full of reactions and emotions. It's the past. The subconscious mind is about the past. We bring that past into our conscious awareness, and we try to do the best we can and make good decisions, but those decisions are very much influenced by our past experiences and our emotions, our fears, our angers, our worries, our prejudices, and so forth. It's only when we get in touch with the superconscious dimension of our mind that we see that it's all one, okay? And that I have direct access. You know, God's power is in me, and that's what I am. So, watch your thoughts. Okay? Just be aware of those disease-bearing thoughts. They go by very quickly, and they seem not to have much impact. But as soon as the mind says, I can't, what happens to the life force? It goes down. Because the mind is not only connected, yes, the mind is the commander-in-chief of the body. And when we have the thought, yes, I can, I want to, then whoo, the body cells wake up. Try to visualize this. The body is composed of billions and billions and billions of cells. And every cell is conscious. Okay? It's not independent, but it is conscious. And it takes its commands from the mind. And what the mind says, the body does. Absolutely. It has to. It has to. That's how it's set up. The body obeys the mind. So let's say that after this class, you want to go over to the book table. And off you go, but your left foot says, no, I'd rather stay here. It can't. Because you've told your body that you're going to walk over to the book table. And it does it. I talk to my body cells all the time. All the time. I mean, I just have this constant dialogue. I have this constant dialogue with my body cells. You know, like, I live at the Ananda community in Italy. And from my house to get to the main center, there's a hill with 88 steps. And it's ripido. It's steep. Okay? And every day I have to walk up and down those stairs. So what I do before I start out, I talk to my body and I say, we can do this. And what I tense, I relax, I tense and relax. I talk to my legs, I tense and relax, and I say, we can do this. And up I go. And we can do this. When I forget, I have to stop halfway. I can't make it, you know, and then I remember, oh, okay, you know, and then I do it. Every time, you know, my body does something good, I say to it, just like you talk to your dog, you say, good boy, good girl. I talk to my body, and I say, good friend, good friend. I say that to my body self, friend, you're my friend, thank you. Okay? And they're happy, It's just like recognizing somebody, a colleague or something. And when they're recognized, they feel good, they're productive, they're creative, things are harmonious. We need to talk to our bodies, and tell it good things. So when we do, it responds. Swami Kriyananda, so Yogananda has this fabulous book, Scientific Healing Affirmations, and much of it is quoted in the book. And Swami Kriyananda, his great disciple, developed a series of movements to do together with affirmation. Because an affirmation, in order to get to all levels of our consciousness, especially the subconsciousness, it's even more effective when we do an affirmation when we're moving. Okay? So what we're going to do right now, we're going to do an affirmation in movement, and then we're going to do an affirmation in music, okay? Because that's when it really penetrates. So the first affirmation we're going to do is, I am awake and ready. So what does that say to your body and mind? I am awake. Is our mind always awake? Our mind's often confused. It's foggy, whatever. It's conflicted, it's full of emotions. It's not awake. It's not living in the eternal now. It's somewhere else, sometime, and so forth. So we're going to affirm, I am awake. There's a second part to this affirmation, and ready. I'm awake and ready. What does ready mean? Are we always ready to do what we need to do? No. We resist, we procrastinate, we're lazy, we don't apply that muscle of willpower. We're not ready to meet up to life's challenges. We're not ready to meet up to life's situations that are changing. Something's different. Are we ready? Are we ready to deal with different? Yeah. The mind is going to resist. No, I like my home. I like my food. I like my comfort. I don't like to get out of my comfort zone. Okay, so I am awake, my consciousness, I'm aware, and I'm ready. I'm ready to do what's best for me. And to get this affirmation into all levels of our consciousness and to infuse it into all of our body cells, we do a very simple movement. And that is, we just walk. We're just going to walk, and it's good. Walking's good. It's good if you can walk outside, if it's not too polluted, early in the morning, at the beach. We went, the other Shivani and I, we went out for a nice long walk early in the morning, super early in the morning. So we're going to walk in place like this. We're going to smile, and we're going to say out loud with real conviction, I am awake and ready. I am awake and ready. Are you ready? Yes. Let's stand up. Okay, let's get the walk going. I mean, your body's real. It's going to be real happy with this. Wait, hold on. So I'm going to tell you about walking. Walking's very good to balance out the hemispheres in the brain. Okay, and it's good for the heart. And I am awake and ready. 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 Okay, close your eyes. Just close your eyes right now. Close your eyes. Get in touch with your body's cells. The cells in your legs, your feet, your arms, your heart, your chest, your breathing. Can you feel some life force moving there? Your body feel happy? We're going to do one more affirmation, and this is talking directly to the cells, and we're going to be using our hands as transmitters of life force. So the affirmation, talking to the cells, is awake, separate awake, awake, rejoice, my body's cells. Isn't that a nice word, rejoice? Do you like that word? Yes. It comes from to joy, to be joyful again. Rejoice, it has a nice sound. Rejoice, rejoice, okay? So, awake, rejoice, my body's cells. Let's say that together. Awake, rejoice, my body's cells. Okay, so while we do this, we're going to transmit life force, and we're just going to do a little self-massage, okay? You know, it doesn't have to be hard. You just need to have contact with the body, and let's affirm. Awake, rejoice, my body cells. 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 Close your eyes. Are your body cells saying something?
Yes.
What are they saying? They're awake. Are they happy? Are they smiling? Yeah. We give so little attention, no, to our bodies, to our minds. You know, it's just like, please sit down. It's just like, you know, a little puppy dog. Why do I have all this stuff on record? Yeah, they're dancing. The cells, they love to dance. It's just like a little puppy dog. Yeah, I'm staying with Shivani here in Juhu, and they have a little puppy. And everybody who walks in, it comes over, you know, just wants attention, you know, wants to be petted and so forth. You know, our body is like that. It's just saying, you know, pay attention to me, pet me, massage me, you know. I won't charge you anything, and just get it going. So paying attention to our body. Now we're going to go into an affirmation in music. And this is an affirmation that Swami Kriyananda wrote for children. And this is a good time for people, you know, when we're children, for your children, to teach them these affirmations. And the affirmation is this: nothing on earth can hold me. Okay, no, wait, I know the rest of it. No, I just want you to close your eyes. I don't have time to talk about visualization, but what can you see of yourself when you sing this? Nothing on earth can hold me. Okay, just be with yourself and have some visual, you know. What's holding me? What are those chains? You know. Okay. So nothing on earth can hold me. Rise, O my soul, in freedom. Rise, O my soul, in freedom. Nothing to fear anymore. It's a big lesson in this affirmation, isn't there? Nothing on earth can hold me. And what is it that we need to be free from? Fear. Nothing on earth can hold me. Rise, O my soul, in freedom. Nothing to fear anymore. Okay, we're going to do this with music. Oh, do you need this?
Yes.
Everyone's going to have to sing along, otherwise it doesn't work. Only Narayani and I will be rising in freedom, and all of you will remain shackled. So do sing with us.
Nothing on earth can hold
I'll read you another story. This story is called The Earthquake Stopped. I only really began to discover Yogananda's affirmations on the day Yeah, that's spelled wrong. Okay. Histological. Okay. Okay. I've got to remember that. I only really began to discover Yogananda's affirmations on the day my histological test results came back. It was the news I most feared. I had breast cancer. An earthquake erupted in me, and I couldn't think straight. I was still trembling when I received a message from a spiritual sister. She sent me one of Yogananda's affirmations and encouraged me to repeat it continuously. This is the affirmation. My body's cells are made of light. They are perfect because you are perfect, you, God. They are healthy because you are healthy. They are spirit because you are spirit. They are immortal because you are living. I perfectly remember the moment I began to repeat the affirmation. I felt the words resonating in every part of my body. I could feel that every cell was being affected. Something had been set in motion that I could not explain, even though I experienced it. The earthquake stopped. I was no longer afraid. Strangely, I felt joy. No longer debilitated by fear, and with this powerful tool in hand, I met the test with courage and assurance. The cancerous cells were removed and no chemotherapy was needed, only radiation. Now, more than 3 years later, I continue to use the affirmation, together with another that helps me ward off anxiety before my quarterly checkup. And this is the second affirmation. I am immersed in the eternal light. It pervades every particle of my body. I live in that light. The divine spirit envelops me entirely, inside and out. God is in me. He surrounds me and protects me. I will eliminate every fear that precludes me from his light. Stefania from Milano. Okay, please close your eyes and we'll do this affirmation together. You just repeat after me with feeling, with conviction. I am immersed in the eternal light.
I am immersed in the eternal light.
It pervades every particle of my body.
It pervades every particle of my body.
I live in that light.
I live in that light.
The divine spirit envelops me.
The divine spirit envelops me.
Inside and out.
Inside and out.
God is in me.
God is in me.
He surrounds me and protects me.
He surrounds me and protects me.
I will eliminate every fear
I will eliminate every fear
that precludes me from his light.
that precludes me from his light.
I am immersed in the eternal light.
I am immersed in the eternal light.
It pervades every particle of my body.
It pervades every particle of my body.
I live in that light.
I live in that light.
The divine spirit envelops me entirely,
The divine spirit envelops me entirely.
inside and out.
Inside and out.
God is in me.
God is in me.
He surrounds me and protects me.
Surrounds me and protects me.
I will eliminate every fear
I will eliminate every fear
that precludes me from his light.
that precludes me from his light.
With your eyes still closed, focus them gently upward. Focus at the spiritual eye And we'll repeat this again softly, with even more inner power. I am immersed in the eternal light. It pervades every particle of my body. I live in that light. The divine spirit envelops me entirely, inside and out. God is in me. He surrounds me and protects me. I will eliminate every fear that precludes me from His light. Let's take a moment so that our selves can drink in the eternal truth that we are immersed in God's healing light. And please open your eyes. So for the last part of this workshop, I'm going to mention just really briefly things that are included in the third volume, which is called magnetism. And magnetism is a law. It's the law of vibrational attraction, of how through our thoughts and our energy and through invisible vibrations, we attract to us health, prosperity, friends, and so forth. And Yogananda wrote and taught many things of what he calls vibrational healing, of how we can put ourselves in contact with vibrations that heal us. So, for example, there are vibrations in certain places. So India is full of holy places, places where saints have lived, places where miracles have happened, places where saints still live and miracles continue to happen. They're all around. You probably don't have to travel very far here to go to a shrine. Now, not all of them are equal in terms of their healing power, but some of them are, and you probably know where they are, and you've probably been there. And so going to these places and staying there to absorb, even briefly, and especially if you can go there when the pujaris aren't there and you can just, sit and meditate and absorb the vibrations. I remember when I went to Kanyakumari. Who has been to Kanyakumari? Anybody? Oh, yeah, a lot of you. Yeah, of course. Okay. So the shrine there where, Parvati was standing, on one foot, the footprint, it's very powerful. I mean, so powerful. It was really hard to, we had to get some of our people to distract the pujari so that others, we could go in and even, stay there for a minute or two. But so many, the temple at Badrinath, at Gangotri, at Kedarnath, and I've never been able to get into Jagannath Puri, but you can. So there are healing places you can make in your own home, a healing habitat. You can uplift the vibration. So in this book we talk about the gunas and the guna of sattva and so forth, and places and people and saints. One thing at the beginning of this volume, we talk about healing relationships, because there are relationships that are healing for us. And there are relationships that we can heal and make them better and not conflictual. So on this subject, I'm going to be speaking, not today, but next week, a week from today, in a seminar called Healing Relationships. And afterwards, Shurjo and Narayana can tell you, it's going to be at the Ananda Ashram at Mud Island. So it'll be a workshop in the morning. And what I would like to mention right now that's contained in this book is the main vibratory healing technique, which is chanting. We just did a chant with an affirmation, but chanting music, especially uplifting music, chanting the name of God, the practice of japa, chanting affirmations, singing, it sets ourselves in motion in an harmonious way. Okay? We put a, a frequency. If it's the right music, it has to be the right one. So Yogananda developed 60 or 66 what he called cosmic chants. And these are the chants that we sing at Ananda centers. And many of them are very well known. Door of my heart, open wide I keep for you. Oh God, beautiful. Many wonderful, wonderful chants. And we can use these chants and music as an actual healing tool. And I'd like to read you a story about someone who did that in a remarkable situation. So this story is from the third volume, is called The Chanting Cure. I didn't want to accept that I was having a nervous breakdown. A serious surgery and my father's death were more than I could process. My breathing became erratic to the point of spasm. My heart rhythm was accelerated and I couldn't sleep. I began taking sleep medication and was soon addicted. That was my sorry state when I was introduced to Yogananda, meditation, and chanting. This was years ago when Ananda had a retreat center in the north of Italy near Lake Como, which I often visited. Because I was addicted to psychotropic drugs, I was unable to control my mind in meditation. The one thing that soothed my anxieties and helped calm my thoughts was chanting, which was a common factor in all of the Ananda activities. I sang at the retreat and I sang at home. Several chants were especially meaningful to me. I want only thee, Lord, only thee. And another one, from joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt again. As I chanted, I could feel the weight of pain and suffering melt away. It was a remarkable, liberating experience. Soon, I was chanting mentally all the time. Chanting became my refuge. As I sang, anxieties would gradually dissolve. And when I couldn't sleep, I would lie there and chant. After a few months, I was able to stop the medication completely. I regained my inner balance and rediscovered my inner strength and joy. Despite the trials that my life has since brought me, I have never relapsed into depression. Many years have passed, and I continue to chant. Best of all, I can meditate now deeply. This is Ornella from Biella, Italy. So chanting is a self-healing cure. And both Yogananda and Kriyananda have brought us chants that can change our mood, the state of our health, the state of our mind, even from a dark depression into one of balance. So we're going to finish this workshop now. We're going to do 2 chants. So which one first? From Joy I Came, or God, or which one last? Which one do we want to leave them with?
I think Joy I Came is a good one
to leave them with. Okay, so we're going to do 2 chants, and the first one is from an affirmation by Yogananda that a dear friend of mine, her name was Happy, she's no longer with us, she was diagnosed with the AIDS virus and was supposed to live for, I think, 6 months. 1 year, maybe. And she lived for 10 years after that and did amazing work. And this was one of the affirmations that she put to music. And the words are just very simple. It's God's power, vitality, good health, and strength flows through me, flows through me, flows through me, through me. So let's say the words after me. God's power, vitality, good health, and strength, flow through me, 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 flow through me. Sing. Okay. Sing this to yourselves. Okay, they'll be real happy.
I'm gonna need that.
Here. Thank you. This is all of me.
Okay.
final song now to send you home with.
Next chant is based on the words of a poem that Paramahansa Yogananda wrote. The poem is titled Samadhi, that state of perfect unity, and in our particular case, perfect unity with life force, where we unite ourselves with life force, where it is eternally available to us at all times. Never will we be apart from it. And in that poem are these lines, "From joy I came." That's where we have come from. "For joy I live." That is what we are doing right now. "And in sacred joy I melt again." That is where we will merge into once again. So let's say these words together. "From joy I came. For joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again."
Joy Let's send this joy out into the world right now. So rub your hands together and feel the joyful healing power of life force going into you, through you, and out into the world, bringing life, joy, inner peace, and harmony. Please sit down just for a moment and share yours and say something.
Put this in place.
We are all well aware of the healing power of Om, especially here in India. It's something we use daily, and of course in the books you will find a lot more about why and how the power of Om works and how to utilize it more powerfully in our own lives. But for now, I'd like for all of us, just for a moment, to send that particular power to Shivani and this book that she has written, if you will, please. I'd like for us to visualize this great soul who has made it her life mission to bring into manifestation the healing teachings of her guru, of her teacher, first to test them out in her own life, ensuring that everything she shares with us has been experienced, has been understood and assimilated, integrated, and only then, after 50 plus years, does she feel, now was the time, now I am ready. And since many of us here, all of us here, are getting to experience this book for the first time anywhere else in the world, this is the first official launch, let us make sure that we too are not just here to receive, but to add our strength and power, add everything we have received now, and send it towards Nayaswami Shivani, send it towards these 3 books, that they may be messengers for healing energy for people everywhere, especially those in need, those who are lost, those who are confused, those who have tried everything and have failed. Let them now be open to the healing power of life force. And so let us rub our hands together now, again gathering all that energy, everything that you have awakened this morning, now channel it into the palms of your hands, magnetizing that center of prana, and then chanting Om 3 times. Let us flood that energy into these books, into Nayaswami Shivani. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you so much, Shivani. That was fabulous, beautiful. We can't wait for more. Many of you have already bought the books. If you haven't yet, please do so. In the books, you will find there are these QR codes in the beginning of the book and towards the end. And these QR codes will give you access to several hundred resources, videos, audios, articles, and further kind of explanations of the techniques that you will then be able to use in your daily life and use as a guide on how to actually perform some of these techniques and some of these practices. So make sure you are aware of that.